Throwaway account. When I was around 14 or 15, I found my older brother's Reddit account because of a secret Santa package that got sent to us. I of course wanted to snoop onto his account, so I checked his history and found all of his posts for the past month had been to our depression. One post mentioned how my family, including me, were out of town due to me playing sports. That was the night he said he would finally commit suicide. He mentioned either pills or knives, and it still haunts me to this day. I was obscenely scared when I found this post and was home alone and vowed to myself to never let anyone know that I found this. To this day, my parents do not and have tried to keep me in the dark about his struggles with mental health as much as they can, and my brother most definitely does not know. The only person who knows is my now long-term girlfriend, and now you guys. I feel awful for never telling anyone, and I feel like this has taken a toll on my own mental health, which in itself is not in a good state at all. I just want to thank whoever dissuaded my brother from committing suicide that day. He doesn't know how much of a positive impact he's had on my life, and you kept him around so he could further that impact.
I got halfway through the post before realizing he was still alive.
Kind of changed what I was reading.
Deep breath, yes, okay.
Please do this.
Fragmented imperial lump in my throat was slowly growing and then midway through.
It slowly went again.
Right, I am having a pretty rough night myself, and when I realized he was okay, I almost fucking cried. Stupid fucking Reddit making me feel feelings and shit hug.
And you don't even have to say that it was because you felt bad about seeing his suicide post. Just do it for the sake of doing it.
My brother died unexpectedly at 28. The autopsy came up inconclusive. He
left. Reddit makes me wonder if I could learn more about him if I
could find him on Reddit. Man, that's heavy.
My God, I don't even know how to respond. My brother didn't die, but finding his Reddit account only told me that he despises my family, and glad I know the truth he hides it from us, but it's still depressing.
This big flood of relief came over me once I realized he was
Okay, just like good, this didn't end the way I originally thought it was. Don't you worry, that disappears around the time the nihilistic depression sets in.
Please enjoy and appreciate him every day, every single day. It will
give you both something to live for.
He may just be venting, he also may not.
No, it's more long-term and deep-seated than that, unfortunately.
Has always been a bit of a black sheep, but it has been entirely voluntary. He
just feels the need to rebel against everything. Well, man, please let him know I'd love it if my little well, let me know more often. The older ones are the canaries down the mine, so we need to hear sometimes that it wasn't all in vain. You need to up your reading game.
This is bad advice. Working through emotions is not well known. The mock should tell his brother how much he cares about him and
how much of an impact he has had on Lopez's life. That SOK didn't you realize the brother was still alive until reading your comment?
You really think bottling up more stuff is gonna help up?
IV had a rough night too, and cried at the wholesomeness of this comment. What the hell is going on with us today? What happened to Teddy Bear? He doesn't know how man of a positive impact he has had on your life. Go tell him. Please just tell him the last part. People need to know that they matter. Can confirm.
Tell me about your day. Did you see anything funny or interesting, or was today kinda blah?
Greater than, and my brother most definitely does not know. Well, yeah, no shit. Oh wait.
am glad you're still here, and even if they don't know it's all your boys, and even doesn't you mean
Anything to you because we on the internet. My inbox is always open, we can make it together.
along with other problems my sister has done the same thing she uses Facebook to air out her problems though. And just blocked me from that, but I feel you.
You don't understand how relieved I was to realize that Hess is still alive.
Is that a do people do that? Holy shit, it sucks how true that is.
Jesus dude, I am sorry to hear that. I hope you are healing.
Something like that, it changes you. You were a kid at S and not your fault. I hope you eat both in a better state now.
Hooker just PM me his contact info and I'll tell him just as soon as I stop crying. And back to you, matey.
Explain what happened, if you can let me help other people.
Please do it.
As someone who also struggles heavily with depression, someone telling you the impact you have.
Abandon is very reassuring. Do this, tell him what he means to you.
Yeah, tell him my boyfriend killed himself a few months
ago. He didn't think his family cared.
Happy Cake Day.
He doesn't know how much of a positive impact he has had
on my life, why not?
Yes, same as in his brother mentioned doing one of the
Other not that he can't remember.
In 32, until the 17 years old brother, I wish he used Reddit.
We're friends and we hang out every now and again.
But connecting with him on something seems to be pretty difficult.
And the Kiwi like the Canadians of the South Pacific. Pretty sure he LL read this thread and figure it out in less op.
Change a lot of details in the story.
This will not only be good for him but good for you as well.
There is an entire subreddit devoted to it called r/or Suicide Watching, one for those who have lost someone to suicide. r/or Suicide movement. They are both heart-wrenching to read.
As an older brother who lost my only sibling, please tell him how he has made an impact on your life. It will make a difference. He will never forget that his younger brother needs him.
All due respect, he meant his brother had decided to use either pills or knives.
It absolutely does change a person, but I am doing my best to have it make me better rather than bitter. Still, some days are better than others.
I only realized once I got to your comments, so thanks. On long posts, sometimes it can save you from wasting Reddit time.
I'm so sorry, hang in there. Thank you.
RPS alive. After reading the title I thought he was dead.
He doesn't know how much of a positive impact he has had
on my life, tell him.
He doesn't know how much of a positive impact he has had on my life. Why don't you tell him what he means to you?
I'm so glad he is still here for you. Please tell him how much he means to you. Tell him he is a great influence on you. Tell him you love him often.
Holy crap, tell him how much you love him. I teared up.
I didn't get into his account. The package was addressed to his account name, rather his actual name. I mean, it was something you sign up for, so you were good, as long as you didn't sign up for it. It happens around Christmas time.
Hess alive, but Hess still depressed. Most comments are telling Op to tell his family, and it's guys like you that make Reddit a shit place sometimes. Very sweet response, and not just for him. Thank you from all of those who needed to hear that.
This was 89 days ago, but I just read it and made me tear up, and now I am kinda crying, because I am having a Very hard time, so thank you. I hope your day or night gets better, friend. Don't be afraid. To have feelings, it's normal.
Yeah, true, but all that happens is you just become detached from it emotionally. It's like a piece of skin that gets repeatedly.
Ernest stops feeling anything after a while.
If yes, okay, then I can relax a bit.
Yeah, I am pretty close with my much younger half-siblings. It took 2 years of seeing them every other weekend.
They're worth it, but damn kids can take a while to get close to.
Absolutely, and thanks. Actually, thank you for that.
Objection!
Thanks for that. So far so good. In getting LASIK surgery tomorrow, and I'm so fucking stoked. That's number 1 on my long-ass list. I feel you, bro.
This is very true, more powerful than anyone realizes, especially those who maybe haven't been to those true low moments.
Super late, but seriously, tell him life is too short. Lost a friend to suicide year.
Never regret letting people know you love them.
Repressing grief and letting it go are two different things. Everybody has to move on. Some time hanging on to or dwelling on something that
Happened years ago isn't healthy.
Absolutely.
Tell him how much you mean. Reach out and extend olive branch of solidarity. He'll appreciate the love and support. He doesn't know how much of a positive impact he has had on my life. Tell him.
My brother committed suicide on my 20th birthday. It took me 2 years to read
The birthday card he gave me before he shot himself.
You need to tell him. You need to let him know how much you love him as someone who has lived most of their life with depression. No matter how awkward it may feel, he'll appreciate it. While glad has still here thought the worst based on title.
I mean, maybe tell him how much of a positive impact
Has come from his life.
That last line, tell him.
You should talk to him and tell him how he impacts your
life in a positive way, my brother, and I do all the time. It would be a good thing for him to hear.
My brother is extremely abusive and manipulative. I don't really like filtering myself, so I often say some personal stuff that he could easily use against me. I needed to know that sub existed. Thank you.
I am now crying in McDonald's. I am glad he is okay, and please, both you and your brother stay strong up.
If your brother doesn't know how much of a positive influence he is to you, tell him. It'll all mean a lot to him. My sister has been my rock during
dark times lately.
go hang out with your brother more.
He doesn't know how much of a positive impact he has had on my life.
Seems like there is a very easy solution to this problem.
Shivers down my spine. Suicide is contagious. Not talking about it keeps
People who need the help isolated.
Tell him how much he means to you. Tell your brother about how much of a positive impact he has had on your life. It might make you both feel better.
Maybe you should let him know how much he means to you.
I hope your brother finds the help he needs, even if it's not from you. Maybe you should be the one deleting your comment.
Me too. What a rollercoaster of emotions it was.
Then no soup for you.
Thank you, it means lots to me, TBH.
I actually found one and I wish I could see her now. Long ass list bloop bloop. I am about this comment was inspired by XKCD37.